Show. In this channel, you will be encouraged, you will be inspired, and most importantly, we will learn together because you know what? We are better together. Thank you so much for tuning in. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like, and leave a sweet comment. Okay? Thank you. So, I'll start by posing a question to you. How well do you understand? Or should I say, how well do you know your best friend? How well? Yes, I know you have been with this best friend of yours for many years. I know this friend of yours has visited you home. He knows your wife, your husband, he knows your parents, he knows all your siblings. But how well do you know them? So, I'll start this video a bit differently from how I do it. I'll start by reading from the Word of God, from the Bible, from the book of Second Corinthians chapter 11, verse 13 to 15. Second Corinthians chapter 11, verse 13 to 15. And this is the Word of God. This is what the Word of God says. For such men are false apostles, deceitful workmen, masquerading as apostles of Christ, and the Satan, no wonder for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. It is not a surprise then if his servants masquerade as servants of righteousness, their end will be what their actions deserve. I'll read again. Second Corinthians chapter 11, verse number 13 to 15. For such men are false apostles, deceitful, workmen masquerading as apostles of Christ, and no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. It is not surprise then if his servants masquerade as servants of righteousness. Their end will be what their actions deserve. That is the word of God. These friends of ours will come our way and masquerade as angels of the light. They have no business in your successes, but they have come to your life for a mission. And until that mission is accomplished, they'll stick by you throughout. Think about it. When most of your friends leave you, or should I put it like this? There are these friends of ours who stick close than a brother. You could be having so many friends in your life, but there is this one who sticks closer to you than a brother. Think about it. What mission does this friend of yours, who is sticking closer than a friend? It could be a good mission, it could be a bad mission. But now, I'm not talking about you having now those other friends, but now this one is sticking closer to a brother. This is the target that the devil uses towards that friend of yours. Of course, it is ideal that everyone has friends because human beings are social beings, so we need friends. So the devil knows that if I target that friend of yours, he knows that if he targets that good friend of yours who sticks closer than a brother, he will win you. I don't know whether we are communicating. The devil knows that if I target that friend, he will get to know everything about you. Then the devil will know now how he will manipulate you. So this is how it begins. This friend of yours, best friend of yours, comes and shares with you every secret. You know how we do these things out there. And now, because you don't want to be left without having any story to tell, you fall into that trap. So you start telling him all your secrets, secrets that you kept within you for many years. And this friend of yours now has kept you here. He knows everything about your wife. The only thing he doesn't know about your wife or your husband is the only thing that you will do tonight. Otherwise, the other things, he knows everything. He knows when you banged the door for your wife and went out. He knows when you are with that girlfriend or boyfriend of yours. He knows all that because these are your best friends, remember. And because they have come to your life with a mission to accomplish, then you have to tell them whatever they want. So you find that things that you didn't even know, want people to know in the office, they know everything because you trusted this one friend of yours. So, my viewers, I want us to talk about some signs that maybe this friend of yours is sent by the devil to ruin your life. One of the reasons that I want us to begin with is this friend of yours will divert you from the Word of God. You remember when this friend of yours came to your life, you are this person who used to love the things of God. You are this person who used to talk so much about God. You are this person that was so much into religion. But see your life now. You've stopped going to church all of a sudden. You've stopped dropping your children and your wife to the church. And if you're still dropping them, you're doing things in a very weird way. And your wife is not understanding you anymore. You are this person who used to talk about the power of God. You are this person who used to tell that everything happening in your life was because of God and His power. But not anymore. You have changed stories. Right now, it is about you. It is your craftiness that has brought you this far. You don't recognize the word of God anyway, anymore. It is about you. Everything, you are self-centered. It's everything now, right now, it's about you and about you and about you. You could not engage in any conversation at all about the things that God has done for your family and yourself. Initially, this topic was about God. You used to lead your family to prayers, not anymore. It's becoming so shameful. Hmm? You want them to badmouth everything about the Christianity. You have changed the topics. Hmm? You have started saying that Christianity right now is calm. You know what is happening in your life, my dear brother, my dear sister? The devil is planting a very bad seed. And you know when you plant seeds, they grow. He's planting seeds into your life. And these seeds will grow. So beware, be alert. This friend of yours wants to keep you away from God. This is a very bad sign. That the God you knew from time memorial, all of a sudden has turned to be scam. Christianity has turned to be scam. Muslim, whichever religion you belong to, people don't want you to talk about God anymore and the power. This is the time you should start thinking, oh, this friend of mine, why she all of a sudden started diverting my commitment to God. Very good music that you used to listen to before you met this friend of yours. You have changed drastically because even he has influenced the kind of music you listen to because this is your friend. Remember, you don't want to ask them. So that is one sign that you should tell that this friend of mine is up to something. That is an alert that you should be very careful about. Number two, sign to tell you that this friend of yours is sent to you by the devil is that they are dream killers. Let me tell you something. I don't know whether you remember the story of Joseph in the Bible. Joseph's family were dream killers. No wonder they had to use that brother because they wanted to kill the dream that was in Joseph. We have friends who are dream killers. You drive very fast to go and meet your friends. You tell them that let me meet you in some days somewhere. I need to tell you something. Then you are there with your promotion letter from the office, and you think that your celebration is making any significance in his life. It is not. If anything, he is very jealous of you. They'll pretend. Yes, they will pretend to be your best friend. But imagine they are not. Your children are leading in school. There you are taking the report forms to them or even explaining to them how your son, ever since he was in class 1, he was leading, and right now he's in class 8. You can't wait to see how he will surprise you people. But you forget that it is God who has been enabling this child so far. So you share, you just tell, and these habits women have so much of wanting to say everything and anything that is happening in their family. And by the time you realize things have gone bad because you don't want to zip your mouth. There are people called vision killers. You share with them out of a good heart, but they make life very difficult for you because you do not know them. These people, as I said, you've introduced them to your parents back home or where your parents are. So they come, oh, and you know that the parents trust them so much. So they sometimes come and tell your parents some things, your secrets. So by the time you meet your parents next time, they're like, what is happening? You find like your mother has changed, your dad has changed all of a sudden. And because they were told things by your friend, this friend of yours, they are manipulators. They will manipulate the life of they will just the devil. They resemble their dad, who is the devil. He likes manipulating things. You give them a story halfway, they've already concluded. And when they're taking that story to another person, it will be a different story altogether. I don't know whether you've seen people who you meet with them, you go with them to meet a friend, and next time you meet that friend of yours, he has totally different view of you. You know why? The devil. who is in this friend of yours has manipulated the whole story that you expected it to be a good story. This friend came behind your back. I remember telling you that this friend will come with their hands full of thorns. They'll shake you with those hands full of thorns. They'll hug you, okay? But they'll stab your back. And these people in the church also. Don't forget, they could be your family, they could be your people in the choir, they could be the people in the church. They are everywhere. Okay? So guys, get to know the kind of best friend you have. And the sooner you realize who they are, you should run. You know, it is one thing to identify that a friend of yours is not the best one for you. And it is another thing to run. Run. Okay? Another way that you can tell that the friend that you are keeping in your life is not the best friend. Probably this friend is sent to you by the devil, is that they don't celebrate your success. Your success actually is not a success at all. It is not. So if you realize this kind of people in your life, run. Stop telling them each and everything, each and every accomplishment. It is not blessing them at all, at all. Another thing that you can tell that this person really is not sent to you by God but by the devil is that people will warn you. How many times have you had friends, or even I'll talk about the people who have been in relationships. You take a boyfriend home and to see your parents, and your mother tells you this person hajaniingia. I don't think I like this person for this and that reason. But because you love this person, you do not want to listen to what these parents of yours are saying. Some people, I'll tell you for a fact, are into marriages that they would have done without if they listen to people. You are warned. God used your mother to pre-warn you. God used your daddy. But according to you, his parents are old. They don't know anything about love. You wish they understand what love is. But you know what? God used them to put some sense in you. The devil can, okay, God can send your friend. But what we tell our friends? Akona wivu. Some have wivu, yeah? But there are those friends who come to your life just to rescue you because God has spoken to them. But there you are saying that this friend doesn't wish you well, doesn't want you to get married or something like that. But you know what? They want you to get married, only that they are pre-warning you because probably they were praying and got such a message, but you are not ready for that. You share a house with a friend, and another friend of yours comes and tells you, I don't think it's the right thing to share this. By the time you realize it, you are killed. We've had those things in the campus. These young people, there are people are sent to our lives to warn us, but we don't receive them. When we don't receive them, then we suffer alone. Mhm. Another thing that you can tell that a friend doesn't wish you well is that they encourage you to do evil. I want you to know that God hates evil. Okay? He doesn't like evil. But the devil loves evil. So you find that you are introduced to things by this friend of yours, and you feel they're fancy. You think there are things you can roll with. This friend of yours all of a sudden wants to introduce you to drugs. This friend of yours wants to introduce you to fornication. This friend of yours wants to introduce you to fraud and so many other things. How many people have you had in the offices that they came to that office many years ago and they've not engaged with themselves with something. But all of a sudden, they start stealing from the company. And that was just influence from friends. Friends are very powerful. They can influence you until you are no more, until you lose that job. There are people who have landed into the prison for good because of influence from friends. I know you know these things. I remember a story that was told to me of a man who was very good. This man got a job and then promotion after promotion. He shared this with the wife. They prayed, they thanked God, and everything was okay. But now, when this guy was getting those promotions, he got still new friends. We know how these things work. You get promoted, and then you start engaging with people of your status. So one time, they went for a seminar, and every man, because they were used to do that, had a mistress, had a side chick. And this guy had never tried it. So the guys were like, come on, guy, just you get someone and keep yourself busy. You can't just be with us here and you're not having a side chick. So this guy thought that the next the next time they went for a seminar, he was accompanied by a lady. It happened that the wife knew, came to know, and then that is how he lost his marriage. Long-term knowledge. He lost it. Just like that, because of influence of friend. It is very important, my viewers, to get to know your best friend. If your best friend doesn't introduce you to the things that you are comfortable with, do away with this friend. Be wise enough. Be alert of the signals that come. Because a friend can tear you apart. A friend can build you. Okay? May God bless you. May He give us wisdom on the choice of friends. I love you so much. Evaluate your friends, get to know the people you're interacting with, of course, by the power of God, and let's be wise. Like the video, subscribe, and leave a sweet comment. God bless you.